What's up, guys? In this new video, we are going to be talking about one of my favorite companies. I'm going to put an asterisk next to that. One of my favorite companies, and that's Mezco. I've gotten a lot of comments on other videos about my thoughts on Mezco. I've talked about Mezco on some of the podcasts I've been on, but I figured why not give you guys a full video about just Mezco, my thoughts, what I love, what I wish they would improve, and just where I see them going in the future. So sit back, grab your Mezcos, let's get on into it. All right, we're talking some Mezco. So Mezco is one of these companies that I was turned on to by a very good friend of mine, Ryan, aka Laser Pants from 3POA. He's big on Mezco. He was big on Mezco for a very long time before I got into Mezco. Now, I remember seeing some Mezco toys when I was at Hasbro, and this was 2016 to 2018 time. And it was like when the 112 line kind of started, or maybe it was around for a while. I don't know for sure when the 112 line started. But I had seen some stuff and I was like, okay, that's interesting that they're doing all soft goods for figures. But I felt like back then they hadn't honed it yet. So some of the cloth goods stuff looked a bit bulky, but it was still impressive. It's like anytime you do soft goods for 6-inch, when you're taking that risk, not risk, but like you're trying that, that's awesome. So I can't remember what figure it was that Ryan turned me onto, which started me going down the rabbit hole of Mezco. But here I am. This is a portion of some of the Mezcos I have. I have a ton more in the back room. I have a bunch in my office. I have some I haven't even opened yet. But I think one of the first that I got, I want to say it was either this Gotham by Gaslight Joker or this Ghostbusters set around the same time, because I know that this, and the Supreme Knight were some of my earliest Mezco figures. I think it also started, I wanted to do a custom figure. I wanted to do a Shadow, and I'll get into Shadow in later on, but I did my own custom Shadow, and I asked Ryan, like, what Mezco could I use for the Shadow? And he was like, oh, I have an extra John Wick. You could probably use that at the suit body as a base body. So he sent me his extra John Wick, which I actually thought was a great figure. And I think, that was probably my first Mezco. That's what it was. He sent me the John Wick, and I was like, this is awesome. And then he was like, well, it's not really regarded as one of their better figures, which I found funny because I thought it was a great figure. So then it spawned into this other stuff. Now, I remember Big Bad Toy had this Ghostbusters set up. It was like a Black Friday sale or something like that, but it was super discounted. I think it was less than $200. And I jumped all over it. It is, to this day, one of my favorite Mezco items. It is just about flawless. The likenesses are great. The suits are great. The backpacks are fantastic. The level of detail on the Proton packs is amazing. So if you haven't gotten the set, get this set, because this set's amazing. So I started really falling in love with Mezco. And, like I said, this Gotham by Gaslight Joker is probably one of my favorite figures I own. I didn't read the story, but just this figure in general, he looked like something out of like From Hell, a very, very, Jack the Ripper style. So I loved it. So I got that. Supreme Knight I wanted because he just looked so cool. He was very hard to get. He was kind of expensive, so I ended up getting him. But then it was like I was able to get, they reissued him, or Supreme Knight came out, and I was able actually to buy this one from their site. I didn't have to get it from the secondary market. And then I started pre-ordering, pre-ordering stuff. Ryan would tell me when they were dropping and this and that. So then, I was all in. I was like, Mezco's great. Mezco was on the level of Mafex. And you guys know Mafex is my all-time favorite. So I was really high on Mafex. And I was like, can't wait to see what they do. They started getting into G.I. Joe. I'm like, cool. I was all in. such great detail, stuff they were doing, it was awesome. But as I got into it, and then there was one figure in particular that started to sour me a little bit. And I think all of we're going to talk about 89 Batman. So in 89 Batman was first, put up for pre-order. Saw the pictures. I love 89 Batman. Me and Ryan were all in on it. Like, yes, 89 Batman. And, the pictures it showed were great, but it's obviously it's a prototype. It's not, and I think they digitally alter some of their stuff. I don't know for sure. To me, it just looks that way. But it's like, all right, cool, we'll wait. And then, Ryan keeps me up on the news. He's like, oh, they're going to try something new. They're going to do this seamless body. I'm like, okay, I wasn't a fan of that because I'd seen it done on other lines and it never lasts. That PVC always breaks down. Hot Toys does it, and you keep a figure in a pose, and then for like a week, and then you move his arm, it's got a stress mark. So I was just like, okay. Now, 89 Batman, I don't remember exactly when it went up for pre-order. I know it was a very, very long time. I don't remember if it was 3 years. It might have been 3 years. And then got the figure. Now, Mezco did no updates. They weren't on their social media saying, hey, we're still working some things out. We're just, it's going to be delayed a little longer. They did not. They were radio silent. And it was just like, just when it comes, it comes. Now the figure came, and Ryan and I did an unboxing live stream on our 3POA. You should go watch that video. It's really funny. And we're both super, super excited because we had seen other people had gotten it, and, we're like, yeah, it looks cool. And then we got it and started getting our hands, started opening it up. That's when this flaw started happening. First thing I noticed was that, now now Mezco had said this. They said the figure's going to have almost like this baby powder dust on the PVC, which kind of sucked that it was all over it, but I forgot what reasoning they gave for it. So that would kind of suck because he just looked dusty and gray. But my biggest problem was the way the cape fit on the body and the cowl fit over. Now, it was the seamless body, then the cape had a plastic ring on it. That ring attached to the figure, and then the cowl magnetically fit over that. But because the cape was so bunched up with the stitching at the collar, it didn't sit well, and then the cowl, the head it didn't connect with the magnet. So I'm literally on this hour-long stream with an X-Acto knife trying to cut away some of the excess cape to fit it on this figure. And then by the end of it, I finally got it on, but I was so annoyed because I shouldn't have to do that with a $100 figure. I don't know what maybe it was $120. I don't remember, but it was probably a $100 figure. Even if it's over $80, I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to cut the excess. You guys should be testing these samples when you get them, especially a figure that took 2 to 3 years. Like, this figure should have been flawless, absolutely flawless. So I was like, fine. So I posed them out in a very static, standing there pose, and I put them on my shelf. And a month later, I look at them, and the crotch area and the elbow area started to deteriorate and shred and fall apart. I'm like, and I wasn't like, it wasn't even like I was mad. Like, I was just so disappointed because I love Mezco, love them. And then this happened. Like, this should have never happened. Like, and then I started to like really like get like frustrated by it because I'm like, I had problems with my Action Force line. And when you have a problem, you get in front of it and you take it head on. Because if you don't say anything, that's bad. You have to address the issues. We had some breakage, boom, we got replacement parts, sent them all out free of charge. Like, if there's an issue with something, you gotta let people know. You can't just say, oh, we took 3 years to get this out. We're not gonna address it. We're not gonna address that. Oh, and then it had flaws. We're not gonna address that at all. And I think that's wrong. And I know Mez is a very private guy. I think he's only done like one interview. I just think it's wrong that he did that. And I've said it like publicly, like I would love to sit down with him and talk and be like, why are you doing things like this? Why wouldn't you have just addressed that? Like, build that goodwill with your fan base. You're making these people buy very expensive items, waiting so long. Like, make sure they feel like you care for them. So this really bothered me, 89 Batman, you know, but I wasn't like off the wagon yet. I was like, you know what? Cool. So got, you know, pre-ordered the Destro and other things, the Snyder Justice League set, which is going to be the nail in the coffin. You know, I'd heard great things about Superman and Wolverine. Now, I didn't pre-order them, but I bought them just after on secondary market because someone had said they're so great. And they are. They're amazing. These are amazing figures. Definitely should get them. And then, you know, I'd Shadow on pre-order and I'd Indiana Jones on pre-order. And that was the last thing. Those are the last things I pre-ordered from Mezco because move Shadow out of the way. Because we're going to talk about this. I got this because you guys know me. I'm a ride or die with the Snyderverse. So I was like, yes, give it all to me. Mafex was doing Snyderverse. I want Mezco to do the more, the better. And I got this set. Now, I'd seen people get this set, and I was just like, okay, maybe that's just a few. Maybe they don't look like that. Maybe they don't look that bad. And then I got my set. I don't even want to open. Like, I opened this set, and I looked at them, and I just closed it back up, and I pushed it away. Because I said, I can't. It was so disappointing. The way they got colors wrong, the way things looked, and that set took forever to come out. You know, so it's just like, you know, and I was like, oh, cool, black suit Superman. Like, yeah, that's what I want, black suit Superman. I bought an import figure for less money that looked 3 times as good. And I was disappointed. I was really disappointed, but it's like, you can't have this stuff come out like that, you know? And I'm like, man. But then it's like, then I got the Shadow. I was like, yes, because I can finally replace my custom. And it was like, I did my custom. I put it in a Mezco group because I was like, I hope they see it. I hope they do a Shadow. So by no means am I saying I spawned it. I'm sure they had the idea for it. And I got the Shadow figure, and it's like 99% amazing. You know, the only thing I didn't like, the scarf bunches up, so it doesn't really sit under his nose and stuff. Ryan said, oh, if you take the inner, like he's got a suit on and then a trench coat over it, he goes, if you take the suit jacket off and then the trench coat, then things fit. So it's like, kind of like, I don't want to have to take the figure apart to then do things to it. It's kind of like how I felt about 89 Batman. But listen, I love this figure. Like, this figure is so freaking cool. Like, the stuff he comes with, the detail on him, like, this is a Shadow that I was waiting for because I love the Shadow. Like, this figure is absolutely awesome. So yeah. So then it's like they come back. Then they get me. But then it was like I got this. Then I get the Batman, which again, this figure took a really long time to get here. You know, and I get it. They do soft good stuff. There's a lot that goes into these. But I just feel like every figure's late. Everyone takes a while. And then I got this and I was like, man, so disappointed. Because this is probably my favorite Batman suit. You know, it's probably blasphemy to a lot of people. I'm sure I'll get roasted in the comments, but this is one of my favorite Batman suits. I just thought it was so grounded, it looks so good. But I got it. Now, this figure took a while. There should be no reason why they weren't getting the right reference, why they weren't getting colors right. But it was like, as soon as I opened them, now I saw it. I saw like The Amazing posted pictures of this. And I said, wow, that suit looks really gray. The suit wasn't gray in the movie. It wasn't perfectly black. It was more like a dull black. But by no means was this suit gray. I got this thing. This thing is gray. This is like Supreme Knight, blue and gray, Batman gray. This suit is not gray in the movie. Now, in art, 12-inch company, doing a Batman figure. isn't out yet, but this movie came out forever ago, like a long time ago, long enough to have really great reference. InArt made the suit that dull black, and it was accurate. And then I'm looking on this figure, and I'm like, why does he have orange lines on his boots? His bright orange lines on his boots. And I'm like looking, and I dug, finding a bunch of reference. Now I found reference images. It's not orange. It's almost like a bronzish color. It's really dull. It's a really dull, like bronzy, yellowish tan. This is orange. This is bright orange. Like, it looks so obvious when you're looking at this figure. Same thing, he's got a strap here that's bright orange. This is the same bronzy, dull color in the movie. And I'm just like, why did this happen? Like, why did this happen? He's gray and he's got orange. Like, this wasn't supposed to happen. His head's sitting really low. And I'm like, I was really waiting for this figure. I thought this figure was going to be like the Shadow for me. I didn't think it was going to be like the Snyder set. I wanted this figure to be amazing. And it just didn't. And I get disappointed. I don't get mad. I'm just disappointed. Like, I wanted this figure to be amazing. It came with such cool stuff. But I'm like, I don't even really want to like pose him out and display him, like, because he's wrong. Like, he doesn't look right. He doesn't look right. But then I got stuff displayed like Supreme Knight Batman and Gotham by Gaslight Joker and Superman and Wolverine. The Ghostbusters set. Guys, I can't rave enough about this Ghostbusters set. And this Ghostbusters set is old. Like, it's not more modern. As a toy company, you should be getting better. So it's like, you know, I was saying on podcasts, I'm off the Mezco train. And I was like disappointed saying that. But I'm like, there's still hope. I have Indiana Jones left. Maybe if he's amazing, like Shadow amazing, I'm gonna keep sticking with it. Because I just don't want to give up on Mezco. I love them so much. They have so many home runs. But then there's like really big disappointments. But again, it's like kind of one of those things where it's like, I want to, like, as one professional or another, like, I want Mez, like Mez. I'm not hating on the brand. I love Mezco. I love Mezco so much. That's why I want to do this video. It's like, I love it. Fans were asking for it. You guys do something so awesome. And I want to see you guys continue to be awesome. I'm just, you know, I'm in these groups. I'm seeing people sell their stuff and get disappointed by, you know, the weight, you know, the quality, and then keeping them in the dark. Like, that's so, like, I know not every company should run the way I run. I'm not saying that, but you can't keep people in the dark. You gotta make your fans first. You have to. So it's like, Mez, I'll take you out to dinner, man. Go get a steak dinner, drink or something. I just want to talk to you, you know, but probably not going to happen, but there's still hope for Mezco, at least for me. You know, I don't want them to go away. I want them to be a leader in the toy space, in the collector toy space. I want them to get back up on Mafek's level for me. You know, they got knocked down a couple rungs, but like, I want them. It's not that I'm like, no, they shouldn't be here. No, I want them to be awesome. So I'm still holding out a little bit of hope. You know, we'll see. So when Indiana Jones gets here, you know, with Indiana Jones, Batman, and Shadow being my last three, let's see, you know, if 2 out of 3 can be great, all right. So, you know, I'm holding out hope that you guys are going to deliver an awesome Indiana Jones. So we'll see. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments about Mezco. Are you guys collectors? Have you not got on board? Is this video maybe going to cause you to go get the Ghostbusters set, or, you know, the Gotham by Gaslight stuff, and maybe get you into Mezco? You should definitely get that Shadow figure. You know, those really great figures. You know, check out, you know, D Amazing's Instagram. See the stuff he does, the photography he does for Mezco. You know, their regular line that they have, their non-licensed lines, good stuff. I have a bunch, I just haven't taken them out, but they look really cool. I like their licensed stuff more. But yeah, let me know what you think of Mezco. You know, I love hearing you guys' thoughts. Maybe you're just like, no, man, everything's great. Mezco, you should buy it all. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoy the other content we have. Go check out our backlog of all our other content. Make sure you like and subscribe, turn on your notifications, you know, all that YouTube stuff that, you know, influencers tell you to do. But, you know, we have new content coming every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So look forward to those videos. You know, again, turn on your notifications and subscribe so you're up to date and you see those videos as soon as they come out. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.